everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are actually in a different area of my house, my kitchen. And the reason that we are in the kitchen is if you are a busy mom like myself, I'm gearing up for school to start again, which how is it already August, right? I'm going to be talking today about a topic that is, I think, close and near and dear to everybody's heart, healthy snacks for kids that are on the go. Not only kids on the go, but families that are on the go. As a busy working mom, I know life can be hectic. You're running to school drop-offs, you're running to soccer practice, you're running to dance practice. And finding healthy snacks and packing healthy snacks, I feel, can feel somewhat impossible. But what if I told you it didn't have to be? With a little bit of planning, you can have a list of delicious, healthy snacks that are ready to grab and go. So let's dive into some of my favorites that I prep and plan for each week. So I'm gonna give you some tips for success. The first thing, plan ahead. Take about 15 to 20 minutes to wash, cut, and prep all your fruits and vegetables. It will save you so much time and stress later on during the week. The second thing, combine food groups. So for example, think pairing a fat with a fruit or vegetable. So peanut butter with an apple or carrots and hummus. This will help your child feel full and energized. The third thing, stay hydrated. Make sure to pack those reusable water bottles. It is just as important to stay hydrated as it is to have the snack themselves. The fourth thing, package everything in individual containers so that it's easy for you to grab really quickly in the fridge or in your pantry or whatever, or give that responsibility to your child to have a certain section in your pantry or fridge so that they can easily grab the snacks themselves. First snack up on my list are energy bites. Now, what I love about these is you can make a huge batch ahead of time, and not only are they great snacks for your kids, but they're also great snacks for me. They include things like, and I'm gonna share the recipe actually in the description box below, but these are things that I make ahead of time and the girls love them. So they have oats in them, chia seeds, honey, of course. You can put some flaxseed in, you don't have to. Gotta have the peanut butter and sweet, so I'll do a dark chocolate. I also do like a Reese's peanut butter one. That one's really good too. Got your vanilla extract and some baking powder. The first ingredient is some good old fashioned oats. So I throw in a cup of that. Next ingredient, coconut. I decided I'm not doing the coconut because I'm not a big fan of coconut, so I'm gonna skip that one. The next one on my list is peanut butter. I got this at Kirkland Costco. It comes with like a double pack, but we need a full cup of that. One thing I do with my peanut butter is, this is brand new, so I normally will take it and turn it upside down so that the, I guess, oil isn't all sitting up at the top. Girls love peanut butter. I mean, what's not to love about peanut butter? It's delicious. Creamy, and delicious. So I got about a half a cup here. Now, what's great about peanut butter is it does provide a protein source, and it also is a really good fat source. So this is gonna help your child have the energy, hence why they're called energy bites, along with giving them a source of healthy fats and protein. So healthy fats are really good for the brain and being able to sustain some longer activities, and they taste absolutely delicious. This ingredient is a half a cup of ground flaxseed. Now I just buy the whole flaxseed and then I ground it myself in my magic bullet. So I've already pre-measured half a cup here. So I'm just gonna blend it and then put it in. So we got half of a cup here. Again, this is just another great energy source for your child and you, depending upon who you're making these for. I love my magic bullet for that reason. I can grind anything. I'll sometimes even grind up the oats to get those mixed in. Next ingredient is gonna be your chocolate chips. So you could do dark chocolate. This is where you could do those Reese's like peanut butter chips. I mean, you could do butterscotch, kind of whatever your child really likes. I'm just opting for, these are semi-sweet Ghirardelli chocolate chip. You could do dark chocolate. I know dark chocolate, they say, is healthier for you. Personally, just don't care. And this is just to give that little sweetness. I mean, you could add some kind of fruit to these too if you wanted to. Really kind of depends. They're all sticking to the peanut butter. To be honest, I kind of make these different every single time I make them because there's not really a right or wrong way to make them. The next ingredient is honey. I love some fresh local honey. So if you have, and they say it's supposed to be better for you because the pollen and the bees are native to where you're living. So I try to always get, like at a farmer's market or something, some honey. I believe my mom gave me this one. I'm not 100% sure where I got this one from exactly, but it's not your normal store-bought honey, that it is also local and native to Minnesota. What this does is just obviously add that extra boost of sweetness for your taste buds, and it just has a healthy touch of honey. There's a lot of health benefits to eating raw honey. It is an excellent way to get that into your diet. Go ahead and mix that on in. I love honey so much. My girls, not huge fans of honey on its own, but they like it in mixing with their yogurt or on toast or something like that. They will even sometimes ask me to, now she's been starting to want more honey just by the spoonful even. I've been doing that with her. And the next ingredient is a tablespoon of chia seeds. Hi.
Are you videoing?
Yeah, come on in. Hi. So Zach.
Hello.
Zach, my husband, obviously.
Nice to meet you all. Who we're talking to.
Yeah, I'm just making the energy bites.
About time. Like it. Awesome.
And perfect timing because he's a great prepper also. He is great at cutting and prepping, so I'm gonna actually
cooking.
And cooking, yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna put him on the task of cutting and prepping all of our vegetables, which is super helpful.
Super fun too. Bye.
This ingredient is a tablespoon of chia seeds, like I was saying. I get my big bag at Costco, and I love these I got off Amazon. They're just like a magnetic, keeps all of your spoon, your measuring things right together in one thing. Got a tablespoon of chia seeds. The last thing is the vanilla extract, and actually I don't need baking soda. This is for the muffins that I'm gonna actually be making in a little bit. Last thing is the vanilla extract. We got another teaspoon of that. All right, and then all we do is mix this together, roll them up into little balls on a cookie sheet. You can either throw them in the fridge so that they're cooled or throw them in the freezer. I personally like to just throw them in the freezer because it keeps them molded together better. And then when I grab a little baggie full or whatever, when the girls come, they don't melt and they don't get all gooey. So I highly just recommend throwing them in your freezer. So once you have all your ingredients in, I just throw some parchment paper onto a cookie sheet or oven sheet, and then you just mix all your ingredients together until they create a consistency. And when you're mixing it, honestly, you can kind of tell how sticky it is. Sometimes I add more peanut butter and sometimes I add more honey. This is kind of like bonding ingredient, if you will. So this is what makes your energy balls stick together. So I start mixing, and then I will actually use my hand to create the balls to mix up. I'm gonna go ahead and take the energy balls, and you can make them as big as you want to. I like to do about kind of that size. You can make them smaller or bigger as well. Kind of also see the consistency here, like they don't fall apart. So I might even make some of these smaller because the girls like them a little bit more bite size. These are all rolled, and now I'm going to throw them into my freezer, and they're done. The next little task that I would sometimes obviously do, or you do, or have your husband do, is cut up some vegetables. My little prepper here, making all of my vegetables prepped and cut up, ready for us to eat. We actually have a neighborhood night out, so I'm making way more vegetables than would be needed, but these are going to be used for sharing at the neighborhood outing this evening. This is something that we absolutely do as part of our meal prepping. Our kids have healthy snacks, and we have healthy snacks that are easy to grab and be on the go. Another thing that I really like to do also ahead of time is I have all these glass Pyrex containers that I will take all of my vegetables in and kind of divide them up and make different little platters for the whole week, so I use my Pyrex containers like that to divide up all my vegetables. The next thing that I'm gonna start making ahead of time so that I can put these in the oven while I prep other things are some really healthy breakfast muffins. Breakfast is a loose, you can eat them any time of the day, but they are just made with bananas, a couple eggs, peanut butter again, some oats, and then your baking soda and vanilla extract. Before I get my breakfast muffins going, I'm going to make some raw eggs using my very, very handy egg, I guess, hard-boiled egg maker. You can make all kinds of different egg sources with this. I use this to make all of my hard-boiled eggs, and it cooks them to perfection every single time. Got this on Amazon from my sister-in-law. Highly recommend this if you are somebody who likes hard-boiled eggs but like hates the science that comes behind making a hard-boiled egg. These will make it perfect for you every single time. Hard-boiled egg maker comes with a little measuring tool, and there's different, if you want them soft, medium, or hard, you add your water accordingly. All you do is add that in, put your, I guess, little contraption together as it shows in the picture, and then add your eggs to it. What you need to do though with your eggs is on the bottom of this, there's like a little needle, and you just have to prick and point, I guess, pop into all of your eggs so that it creates some air and steam that can get inside, and then place your eggs into the container. I'm only gonna make 6 eggs because this is actually just all I have, but I would normally do 12. You can do like a double-decker kind of style. All you do is take your little needle, you prick the egg, and then set it down into the egg holder. And once you get all of them popped into, all you have to do is turn the puppy on, and it's got a self timer in it, so it will cook itself. All of my eggs are ready to go in their little container, and you just press the power button and they will start to cook. So I'm gonna let those cook while I start mixing up the recipe for the breakfast muffins. All right, moving on to our breakfast muffins. I don't know if anyone else does this, but when we have any unused bananas, I will take them and throw them in my freezer for recipes like this. These only require, I think, 5 or 6 different ingredients. First is your bananas. I'm gonna make a double recipe actually, so I'm gonna use 2 large bananas. You could absolutely double this recipe and make it quadruple the recipe for as many bananas as you need, but I'm just gonna double mine. Then I'm going to add in the peanut butter, which I already scooped up ahead of time. So we're gonna add that in real fast. Kind of, again, I feel like you have to watch your consistency of this to make sure that it's all good. Next ingredient is some vanilla extract. Need a teaspoon of that. Vanilla extract, doesn't really matter. You can kind of get a little more, a little less. I'm not like an exact measure. Does anyone else, when they make recipes, add like kind of eyeball it sometimes? That's me. I'm not like a precise. My sister's the opposite. She's like follows the recipe to a T, and I just kind of add what I want. What I do like about recipes like this is you can also add in protein powder. So I make honestly like a handful of different recipes and kind of mix and whatever, and I've gotten them down where I sometimes don't even follow a recipe. I just throw the ingredients together. Next ingredient, eggs. So I'm gonna use 2 because I doubled the recipe. So I'm just gonna pop those in and done. And then the next one is my cup of oats, and this calls for 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup right there, good to go. And then the last thing is baking powder, and it asks or calls for 1/2 teaspoon. I'm gonna use 2 of those. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, and that's it. We're gonna mix this all up and then add it into our muffin tins. So I got my muffin tins ready to go here. I'm just gonna mix this up, get it to the consistency that it needs to be added into the muffin tins. And I can't remember if in making these, it makes exactly the, I have 12 muffin tins already made. I don't know if this will get me exactly 12, but it's gonna get me close. Consistency of this is like so. So it looks like that. And now I'm just going to add them into my muffin tins. Before I do that, hang on one second. A little hack for you. These are from Pampered Chef. If you do not own something like this, I highly recommend it. All you do is put your stuff in there, scoop it up, and then it like drops in. It makes putting things into your tins very easy. I'm going to, this might even be a smidge too big. Put that one to the smaller one. You just grab it like that, put it in, and look at how easy that was to just drop in like that. I'm gonna do the rest of these real quick. And I'm going to get probably exactly my 12, which is pretty fabulous on my part here. Mixing a really good martini, and you literally, when you pour it out, it like just hits the top. That's how you know you're good at mixing everything up. And you've done it a time or two. All right, now the reason these aren't extremely full is my girls, I feel like, don't ever eat a full muffin, so I cut them and I shouldn't say cut them, I just make them smaller in the scoop size here so that they can eat a full muffin and don't know any different. Muffin tins are all ready to pop in the oven. Preheated the oven for 375 degrees. I'm gonna pop those in right now. Set my timer here for 25 minutes. My egg timer is done. I turn it off and then just let it sit and cool. So while I am waiting for that to cool, I can finish prepping the rest of my snacks. And then the last little like homemade or from scratch thing that I really ever make, and then I'm gonna share with you all like the store-bought things that I eat that I use and buy that are quick and easy to grab on the go. Last thing I'm gonna make, and then I'll share those things, is frozen popsicles. We do buy the Outshine ones. I think these are excellent source of just a healthy snack because of the ingredients in those. So these are what we also buy. However, I love to make homemade ones with the girls and they love to help as well. Quickly show you how I make those right now. The ingredients that you're gonna need are just a Greek yogurt. It calls for like just any yogurt. I love to do the Greek because we got some protein in there, of course. These molds you can get on Amazon. I will link them down, but love them because they're reusable, they're silicone, and they are actually just very nice for the girls because they're not overly huge too. We got fruit. Pick your fruit, it can be any kind of fruit, and then you need some honey as well. All right, first thing is your fruit. I don't get too crazy with measuring, I just kind of throw them in. You need a 3/4 cup of, I'm adding the whole thing in. There we go, got some plain vanilla yogurt. Love Greek yogurt. And then your honey, which, let me grab, I should have saved the spoon. 6 to 8 tablespoons. I just add in, again, this is for extra sweetness to that popsicle. Natural sugar instead of a artificial sugar, which I'm all about clean, healthy, raw, natural ingredients in our house. Not all of them, most of them. I'm gonna add in maybe just a little bit of water. We'll see. I'm just gonna start blending and see what happens here. Trying to get to the bottom of it and keep on mixing. Started and kind of mix it up a little bit. Takes a bit for sometimes this to get blending because of the frozen fruit at the bottom. Kind of trying to give it some little TLC. All right, and we are ready to pour into our molds. Got the mold already cleaned, obviously. So I'm just gonna take and pour into the mold. Should just pour in easily. And then you just put the little sticks or the holders right on top and then pop them into your freezer. Molds, look at that. Go ahead and pop on your tops and you can push them down enough so that they, I guess, get to the top of the consistency. This is a really fun thing to do with your kids. Normally I would do this with LeMay, but she's at daycare right now. They love helping chop, they love helping mix, all the things. So I also feel like as much as you can involve your kids in helping prep and make their food, they're just that much more invested and they know the importance of what a healthy snack looks like and why it's healthy. We talk, at least in my house, a lot about why foods are healthy and what makes a food healthy so that it's not focused on like the actual food itself, but what it does for our bodies and why it's nutritious. Perfect example right here. So I'm gonna pop these into the Freezer, I would say give them at least a full like overnight freezing, and then you can easily push them out. That's why I like the silicone ones, because you can actually push it out and then give it to your kiddo. We are gonna check our muffins here. They're looking really good. I'm gonna pull those out and let them cool. They look delicious. And you guys, honestly, the smell, I wish you could smell through this screen right here, but they are smelling and looking good. All right, now I'm gonna kind of share with you what are some of the store-bought things that I buy on either a weekly basis or every other week or whatever I have in my pantry. I just like to have options. First thing, I'm just gonna kind of start with like my protein group. I feel as a mom, it is extremely important to give my kids a very nutritious source of protein. I think sometimes proteins can be forgotten with children, and this is what helps them feel full. Also adults equally. That's my focus when I make and think about snacks and healthy things that are on the go for my family. I always start with a good protein. Some of the proteins that I just are my go-tos. I really like this Orgain Kids protein. Bracelet and LeMay both love this. They think it tastes like chocolate milk. I will only open one at a time and then the girls can share it, but I keep these on hand all the time. Little snack packs you can buy at like Aldi, Target. I actually got these at maybe Costco. You can get them in a package, but comes with cheese. So again, a good protein source, some nuts, and then some of your dried raisins or craisins you can get. These are my go-to. I, as an adult, love these, and I know the girls do too. So we always get some kind of grass-fed, and I go with grass-fed just because I feel like it's a better option. I get these at Costco as well. You can get them online. I'll link all of the things that I can on the descriptions below so you can see. I love cheese sticks, string cheese. These are super easy to grab and go. I love these specifically because they are organic. They're made with real fruit. The girls they're easy for them to eat. So love these. Forget about trail mix in general. The girls love any kind of mixture of nuts. If you want to, you can throw in peanut M&Ms or Reese's peanut butter, the little M&M kind of size. The problem with those, I found though, is my girls just eat the candy out and then I'm left with just the nuts. And they eat the nuts too, of course, but this is a great source. I sometimes will even buy all the ingredients and mix up a big bag myself. Chickpeas is a little hidden gem. You can make these on your own as well. You just buy a can of chickpeas, sprinkle your favorite seasoning on it, and then throw them in the oven. Tons of recipes for if that's what you want to do. I can't remember where I exactly got these from. TJ Maxx, I feel like sometimes, Target has them. Most of your grocery stores will have some kind of a chickpea, but great source of protein that's like a plant-based protein. Just another option. Cottage cheese, girls love the cottage cheese. These are harder to pack on the go, but I also have little containers like this. So these are easy. Again, most of these things are easy to grab and go if you plan ahead and have everything prepped and ready. So if you put cottage cheese in a container, something that you can eat, not as easy in the car, but again, still a good healthy option. Just deli meat, like super simple. I will roll up deli meat with peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter might be good actually. Mustard, the girls love mustard, maybe a little ranch, but make a little turkey roll up or a ham roll up, or just fold them like a little sandwich. The girls love that. Just made my hard-boiled eggs, great source of protein. And then the extra things. So I always try to do for sure a protein source. So any of these, and then one of these. So these are like your fruits and vegetables and your carbs or your like whole grain kind of options. I love Z-bars. I know these are just made with grapes. They're organic. The ingredient list is good. When I look at a label, I do look at the ingredient list. Can I say everything on the label? Can I read it? Do I know what it is? Almost every single ingredient on here, I know what it is. And it also is just a good source of fiber for the girls. So these are a go-to, they love them. They come in a kind of a variety pack at Costco. So that's what we get. Girls love those. These are also just fun. The girls love to eat pickles. So these are just already pre-packaged. Would you have to buy a pre-packaged container like this? No, you could also do it yourself. I love reusable bags like this as well, because then I don't feel like I'm constantly going through Ziploc bags. So I use these a lot. Reusable bags, it's just an eco-friendly option as well. And you can put whatever you need to in this, along with these two kind of containers. Any kind of a vegetable cut, prepped and ready. These are another great source because this mango and apples and blueberries, like 2 ingredients, and then it's more of like a fruit roll-up. So that's kind of what these mimic, but girls love those, and those are easy to grab and go as well. I always have some fruits ready to go, put them in my reusable containers. I try to add a protein and then a fruit or vegetable or bar combined. Everything ready to go, and it's just quick and easy to grab. All right, that's it. I hope this video gives you all a list of great on-the-go healthy snack options for you and your family. With school starting up and sports and everything gearing up, these are the things that you should be feeding your family and your children for something that's quick and easy and also healthy. If you have healthy snack options, please list them in the comments below. I love to be able to share and learn some other things that you have been using and found success with. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mom life hacks, because let's be honest, we all need some mom life hacks. I'll see you next time. Bye.